After quite a bit of public scrutiny, Nickmercs has spoken up around the Dr. Disrespect situation yet again. In a recent video and a separate interview, he has spoken on the topic, which is probably going to be some of the last times we hear him talk about the doc, because TLDR, it seems he has completely disassociated himself with Dr. Disrespect following all of the allegations that Doc had admitted to, and we have a full video on his breakdown and response, which I don't want to dive into right now because there's a lot to pick apart in a 30-minute response. But here's Nickmercs saying that Doc actually apologized to him and all of the guys online. He doesn't care about the legal side of things, and he has completely disassociated himself with Doc from here on out.
And my Instagram DMs and YouTube comments saying, Nick, you're a terrible friend. You should have stuck by this guy when he needed you. You, Tim, Z-Laner, you guys made a huge mistake. You should have waited for the facts. You should have called him and talked to him. Look, we had a short, quick conversation. He sent a text to the boys and I, and he apologized for us ever being dragged into this. And it pretty much ended right there. That same day, he had put out his tweet. And in that tweet, he had admitted to sending inappropriate texts or whatever to a minor. Those were his words. Not mine, not Tim's, not whoever. Now, he later deleted this tweet. Personally, I don't think it changes much. And I understand that he feels the need to defend himself. I know a lot of people are coming at him. And I know his premise and what he's dying on is that what he did was not illegal. And look, I get that. But at the end of the day, you messaged a minor and it was inappropriate. For me, this is not about legality. And I don't want to beat a dead horse, man. I don't want to talk too much shit about this guy. I give it as good as I get it. A lot of people were coming at me yesterday on Twitter, so I called him a bad word. But I want to be honest, man. Him doing what he did, I think he was being that. Late 30s, you got a kid, a wife, and you're doing stuff like that, man. My morals, my understanding of the situation is I firmly believe that he was wrong. I don't care if he didn't break any laws. I don't care if a judge found him guilty or not. He admitted to it. We know enough that there was at least a conversation going on. We also know that he admitted to cheating on his wife. You can put two and two together. Now, as far as the Twitch ban, listen, there's a lot of people there that don't make great decisions. I also have no doubt in my mind there were people at Twitch that were plotting against Doc. No doubt. And we've seen so many things at Twitch, crazy things that have gone unpunished. All the hot tub, bikini streams, people using slurs, etc., etc. But all that said, Twitch is a private company that can do whatever it wants. Now, the next one for me is not revealing the whispers. I see a lot of people saying before they give their judgment, they want to see the whole thing. Now, to me, him admitting that these texts or whatever were inappropriate, that's enough. But now, since he's clearly backtracking, why isn't he putting out the whispers, man? If he's so adamant about them not being bad, why don't you show everybody? Now, to wrap this whole thing up, because God knows that's what I want to do, man. Does Doc's new comments change the way that I think about the situation entirely? No.
And this pretty much mimics what he also talked about on Bussin' with the Boys. It's a great sports podcast. If you guys don't know, and he spoke on this conversation again, because obviously it's a big point in the industry right now. There's a lot going down, guys. All right, can we just face-to-face, eye to camera right now? Like, there's a lot going down in this space right now. Nowadays, you wake up in gaming, you just like kind of go, okay, well, another one of these days. But here was also Nick's maybe more elaborated response on everything as well.
So I waited. Then he comes out with a statement. Do you guys know about that tweet?
Yeah.
So this guy comes
pull
out.
that tweet up?
Pull a tweet. So he comes out with this tweet, which is now deleted, by the way. It's this tweet of like a bunch of different paragraphs, and it was the worst tweet that I have ever seen from somebody in trouble. Not only was the original the worst, get this. This motherfucker edits that same tweet like 6 times. He edits like key words out of the tweet, but you can go back and see the original tweet on the fucking thread. So there's no point of editing it out if you can just see it.
Right.
So he's just making this horrible. So this comes out, me, Tim, Denny, we all get together. That's like, fuck, man, I can't believe it. And he admits in this tweet to talking to somebody inappropriately who was underage. It's done for me. That's me. Done. I don't care what the fuck it is. You guys agree? Everybody agree?
Agreed.
Yes. Anybody don't agree?
Agreed.
All right. So, like anybody else would in this bus, I go on there. Everybody's pressing. The whole world's pressing me, right? Because they can speak out on trans stuff, but when his own boys with the underage, right? Okay. I go on Twitter. I say, look, facts came out, basically, this sucks fucking ass. We didn't know about this, obviously. And we're going to cut ties, and we don't condone or agree with anything like this. They're not happy with that either.
Why are they not happy with it?
Because so you can go hard on to leave the kids alone shit, but when it's your boy, it's just like, oh, you're not happy about it. What the fuck do you want, man? I said I don't condone it. It's disgusting. And
cut all ties.
And we're cutting ties. Done. So weeks go by. This guy deletes that tweet and then says that it was all a joke. And he put out that tweet as bait to see who his real friends are.
Oof.
Yeah. So
we got
his
you.
community
that's brutal.
reactivates.
Oh,
Nick, you turned on your boy. Yada, yada, yada. You know, and that's this whole fucking thing. When we know that's not true. I mean, he sent a text to me, Timmy, and Clock as well, saying hey boys, I'm sorry that I'm sorry that you guys are in this. You know, I wish it wasn't this way. I apologize, for that. And I mean, we don't really text like that, like crazy. So, but putting that aside, man, it's enough for me, to cut ties. And the situation sucks.
Dad in the back.
Fuck that motherfucker.
Well, he feels some type of way because we met him, his wife, and his daughter at the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
And I got all of his fans on my dick. Yo, what a fucking great friend you are. Yeah, bro. You meet his wife and his daughter at the Super Bowl, and then find out this 44-year-old dude is sleazing around with some 17-year-old. And we already know he cheated on his wife. He went on the stream and admitted that. And it was around the same timeline as all this stuff is coming out. It's dude, get fucking real, man. You can't win with these people. That's what I'm realizing.
And at the end of the day, it's been very interesting to see the discourse around this conversation go back and forth on all this, especially when it comes to people like Tim and Nick, who have faced a lot of flack for what some people are saying, calling them bad friends for distancing themselves from Doc after this situation. And they often refer to the time that Doc had their back during the Call of Duty drama that Nick went through, and then eventually Tim as well, which I just want to say those are completely different circumstances, okay? What Nick did, the whole Call of Duty drama, was very different from what Doc admitted to. And I can't sit here and fault Nick and Tim for distancing themselves from a relationship that was started as streaming together online. And so it's got to be a really sucky situation for I think at the end of the day, that's what you got to focus on. They don't I don't think they sit back and enjoy the fact they got to break apart this relationship for what Doc has done and how he's handled the situation. But I also can't sit there and blame them for doing so. I would be very surprised to see if we have any streamers who are actually duo streaming or streaming with the Doc in the near future. And we'll see where this one goes. I mean, he's still pulling tens of thousands of viewers as he goes live on a more consistent basis ever since returning. But now what we know is Nick will not be one of those guys returning to play alongside him. So what do you guys think about this one? Till next time, take care, okay? Water and coffee, as per usual. We'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow. Okay, bye.